Hello and welcome to this edition of the News This Week. I am Shalini Kumar and I am here to bring to you all the latest happenings from the alcohol and hospitality industry. The News This Week is powered by the most trusted trade publication in our industry, Spiritz. This week's bulletin has a lot in store for you. Before the detailed news, here are some headlines. Move to boost Delhi's hospitality business. SWA marketing code adds influencer rules. Ethanol rates increased. Accused in the Delhi liquor policy case turns witness. Israeli distillery uses water from the air. Diageo India's impressive ESG progress. The Belvini releases its oldest and rarest whiskey. Let's start with policy and legal stories. A committee has been constituted by Delhi's Lieutenant Governor with the objective to ease licensing processes and requirements for restaurants, eating houses and hotels in Delhi. The committee has been instructed to submit its report and recommendations within 15 days. This move, which came after the Delhi LG's recent decision to permit 314 establishments in Delhi to operate round the clock, is expected to give an impetus to the hospitality sector and nightlife of Delhi in a big way. The Assam government has decided to permit around 20 new IMFL vans in the state. A survey has found that there are several areas where there are no liquor vans in the 20 to 30 kilometer range, in the absence of which people drink sulai, an intoxicating drink or non-duty paid liquor from Arunachal Pradesh. State government wants to ensure that people drink liquor from genuine places and will not have health hazards. That is why it is decided to set up 20 shops. A division bench of the High Court of Telangana has lifted the ban to play music in the restaurants, bars and pubs in Hyderabad after 10 p.m. This order was the result of an appeal by the National Restaurant Association of India against the interim order of a single judge bench of Telangana High Court that banned music to be played in the restaurants and bars and pubs in Hyderabad beyond 10 p.m. Benami properties angle in the alleged Delhi excise policy scam is now being probed by the Income Tax Department. In connection with this case, the Benami Property Unit has issued show cause notice to liquor trader Sameer Mahendru and his wife Geetika Mahendru. The Income Tax Department's prohibition of Benami Property Unit has also sent a show cause notice to Khao Gali Restaurant Private Limited, which had secured a retail license for liquor under the recently scrapped excise policy of Delhi. Central Bureau of Investigation has informed a city court that a businessman named Dinesh Arora, who is an accused in the Delhi liquor policy case, would become the government's witness in the same case. Here it deserves a mention that Delhi's Deputy CM Manish Sisodia is also an accused in the alleged Delhi's liquor scam. In the last week, Dinesh Arora was granted bail by a Delhi court and the CBI did not oppose it. The Union government has increased ethanol rates purchased by oil marketing companies to blend with petrol and advanced the target for them to sell 20% ethanol blended petrol by about 5 years from the earlier deadline of 2030. This development followed India achieving the 10% blending target in May of this year. According to the ministry, price of ethanol derived from C-heavy molasses, which is the end product of sugar, would be increased from 46.66 rupees per litre to 49.41 rupees per litre, while the price of ethanol from B-heavy molasses, which is a richer intermediate in the sugar manufacturing process, has been increased from 59.08 rupees per litre to 60.73 rupees per litre, and the price of ethanol from sugar cane juice, sugar syrup route has been increased from 63.45 rupees per litre to 65.61 rupees per litre. These prices exclude GST and transportation charges. Going on a short break, do not go anywhere.
OC Glue, taste the thrill.
Welcome back, and here are the industry updates. The Scotch Whisky Association has added guidelines for influencers in its set of responsible marketing principles. The SWA has published the 5th edition of its Code of Practice for the Responsible Marketing and Promotion of Scotch Whisky, which came into force from the 1st November. The SWA updates its guide regularly to keep up with changes in marketing and society. The revised edition includes a section on influencer marketing with a new rule and guidance that follows influencer guiding principles of the International Alliance for Responsible Drinking. Diageo India releases its maiden ESG, Environmental, Social and Governance Reporting Index, highlighting efforts to shape a more sustainable and inclusive business and society. The reporting index is developed in accordance with the comprehensive level of the globally acclaimed GRI Standards 2021 and is focused on sharing the impact across 3 key objectives of Society 2030. Spirit of progress, including pioneering grain to glass sustainability, promoting positive drinking, and championing inclusion and diversity. Hina Nagarajan, Managing Director and CEO Diageo India, said that she was immensely proud of the progress made over the past year on Diageo's Society 2030 goals in areas such as water stewardship, waste management and circularity, safety performance and corporate governance. Absolute Vodka has signed an agreement with Arda Glass Packaging to use its partially hydrogen-fired furnace from the second half of 2023. This means a full-scale change of the continuous production of Absolute bottles for all markets globally. The hydrogen will be produced on-site at Arda by using renewably sourced electricity and would reduce Absolute Vodka's carbon footprint from glass by 20%. The Jerusalem-based Thinkers Distillery uses water from Jerusalem air. The water in its spirits is drawn from the air of Jerusalem using technology from WaterGen, an Israeli firm that developed a way to extract and purify water from ambient moisture. Another distinction of thinkers' spirits is their very low number of congeners, chemical substances produced during the distillation and fermentation process when sugars are converted into alcohol. Time for break, stay tuned.
Long shot, but I got the reach. Pop, lock, now I'm off the leash. Mic drop, I ain't gotta preach. I just do what comes natural.
Sterling Reserve. Come alive.
Welcome back, and now the news on new launches. Now spirits makers of Greater Than and Hapusa are ready to launch yet another path-breaking limited release gin, Broken Bat. It is a barrel-aged gin with the idea of appealing to the curiosity of India's massive population of brown spirit drinkers. Now Spirits decided to take the out-of-the-box idea of using cricket bats made of cashmere willow. They shaved and cleaned the bats and soaked them in a vat of high-proof Greater Than gin for 6 weeks. The result was a twist on a classic gin that tastes almost like whiskey. The Broken Bat is expected to launch officially in India and Australia by the middle of November 2022. The Balvenie has announced the release of the Balvenie 60, a single cask bottling from 1962, marking the distillery's oldest and rarest whiskey released for sale to date. The extremely rare bottling marks the anniversary of industry icon and renowned malt master David C. Stewart, MBE, who is celebrating 6 decades at the distillery, making him the longest serving malt master in industry history. The Balvenie 60 bottled at 42.4% ABV and will be released in global travel retail in Q1 2023 with only a select few bottles available. A delegation of 16 craft spirits producers from the United Kingdom showcased their best of British independent craft products to Indian stakeholders in Delhi. Occasion was aimed to offer a taste of diverse spirits from the UK and to build connections and explore exciting opportunities between the UK and India. The exclusive trade tasting event showcased a large number of the spirits across categories like whiskey, rum, gin, and non-alcoholic spirits for the first time in India. Here are some glimpses of the event.
And if you think about the UK, the good news is I think there's an enormous familiarity of many people in the audience from India with the UK. That familiarity will only grow. We think with this year that India will provide more students than any other country in the world to the UK. And where there are students and gin and whiskey, there is opportunity, I suggest. And where there are the parents of the students, there is opportunity for the non-alcoholic drinks, which of course is what I'm enjoying this evening. So, those connections are very strong, and I think that understanding and that growth, I think in India as well, of high quality local products is growing so fast as well that we should be onto a good thing here. We hope we can make this an even better experience by having less outrageously high tariffs on UK products coming into India. That's why we're negotiating free trade agreements. There were plenty of people who don't like change and therefore be uncomfortable with free trade agreement. May I ask all the people in this room who want change and want better products flow in both directions to be supporting that agreement, because we will need your voices when it comes to it. So please, I ask for your help on that. We'll need it over the next couple of months.
Diageo-owned Johnnie Walker has partnered with Air Inc. on a series of limited edition bottle designs for its Black Label collection, illustrated using ink made from air pollution. Named the Johnny Walker Keep Walking City Collection, the bottles were designed in partnership with Air Ink, a brand that creates ink by condensing carbon-based gaseous effluents generated by air pollution. Each limited edition bottle depicts one of 6 cities rendered by illustrations designed by 5 artists. The cities are Mexico City, New Delhi, Warsaw, Bangkok, Istanbul, and Madrid. Only 2,500 bottles are available for purchase. With this bulletin, we are bringing some fascinating stories from Japan to you. Our editor-in-chief, Bishan Kumar, has returned from his week-long travel to some interesting places in Japan, and he is full of interesting stories. Here is his first report.
When I boarded a fast train for Kofu station to go to Yamanashi from Shinjuku station of Tokyo, the train was full of people heading to watch the 500th year celebration of a revered samurai Takeda Shingen called Shinjin-ko Festival. Looking at the crowd, I was really curious to know more about this most revered and feared samurai. I learned that Takeda Shingen was famous warlord of Sengoku era who adopted the art of war philosophy of Chinese Sun Tzu. This philosophy is represented at Fan Rinka Zan banner, which means as fast as the wind, as quiet as a forest, and as daring as fire, and immovable as a mountain. It's the largest festival in the Yamanashi prefecture, with its main highlight being the Koshu battalion deployment, a reenactment of unrivaled scope where more than 1,000 people dress up in traditional costumes of samurais. This parade is recognized by the Guinness World Records as the largest gathering of samurais in the world. Japanese really love to protect their culture and history, and it was so evident at the parade ground. I was lucky to witness the fascinating story enacted by hundreds of participants in front of me. The film Shadow Warrior by famous Japanese film director Akira Kurosawa was based on the warlord Takeda Shingen. I have come back with lots of memories of this festival, and I hope that Indians will get a chance to go to Yamanashi and witness this amazing celebration.
And that's all from me this week. See you again next week. I'm signing off for now. Stay safe and cheers.